everyone, I am Evelyn and welcome back to my garden. In today's video, I'm going to give you a backyard garden tour for 2022. I apologize for not uploading video for a long time on YouTube. I get busy with work and it's been a week from the day we arrived from our 10 days vacation. And my dog Tanner here would like to join us in our video for today. Say hi. All right, come with me and I'll show you around in my backyard garden. This is our table here in the backyard, and this is where I usually drink my coffee in the morning or after work to relax. We also have a hot tub in our backyard, and it comes with steps. It makes it easier for us to get in and out of the hot tub. It also has an umbrella. We actually purchased this separately, but the reason why we purchased it is in summertime it gets too hot here in the backyard. This hot tub have jets setting, so it makes the water bubble, and this is also good for massage in a way. The water there looks like a fountain. That one right there is a cover for the hot tub, so right after we use the hot tub we usually shut it off or turn it off, and then we use that cover to cover the entire hot tub, and that way there will be no dust or dirt that will get inside the water or get in the hot tub. So when we get here, we do have a grill. This one we purchased it, I think less than a year. So we can place some meat here, or maybe some veggies on top, or seafoods and veggies, and this is where we can place some meat that we need to cook or the meat that's already cooked. And right in the bottom we got charcoal, and that's a bird food right there. I try to make sure that I have access to the bird food so that I don't spend so much time looking for the bird food. Let's close this one. And the first flower that I'm going to show you is Zinnia. I have two zinnias right here. This one is a pink zinnia with yellow small flowers, and this one is a red zinnia. This one have red petals. It's kind of fluffy in a way, and also have the small yellow flowers in the middle. On our next pot, this is a succulent arrangement, and to be honest with you, I cannot remember the exact names of these succulents. I believe this one is string of buttons. This one right here. This one are fast growers, and this is easy to propagate. I'm seeing some black spots here right at the edges, so I gotta figure it out. What are those insects? I know for a fact that this is a kalankui of some sort, but it's kind of variegated. These are fast growers as well, and I am going to show you that these stems right here have huge roots. So these kalankui will grow upright. They also grow long and tall, and then the stems are going to grow big roots. Okay, this one is, I think this one is an Echeveria, but I can't remember what's the name of this one. I believe this one is either an Echeveria or Graptoveria. This one has grown tall as well. Look at that. Okay. And our next pot, this is Choco Soldier, something about Choco Soldier. I can't remember specifically the entire name of this plant, but I may as well give you guys a close-up look so that you will see the true beauty of this plant. This one is a fast grower as well, and this is drought tolerant. Look at those copper or brown edges here. It looks so beautiful. What I'm trying to wait for this plant is I want to see if this plant will flower. This is another succulent arrangement, and unfortunately I can't identify this variety of Ianium. And here comes my string of pearls. There's a beautiful plant right about there. There's 3 of them, but I can't get a close-up look. Let me try. Here we go. We're just gonna pick in there since my camera is not helping me out. And I believe this one are ogre ears. Whoops, right there. And let's move on to our next succulent arrangement. This one is not a succulent, this one is a sunflower. I just mix it in here in the pot. And I don't know what's the name of this one. And if you know, please leave a comment down below. Most of these plants in this container came from my fairy garden or succulent arrangement from my fairy garden, and I move it all together in one pot. Since it's all fully grown, I'm trying to rearrange my fairy garden. I had to move all these plants here, and eventually we'll put new plants in my fairy garden. And let's take a close-up look. Oh, let's start up from here. This one will grow tall. This one is a fast grower as well. And to propagate this, all you gotta do is take off either one leaf or take off a branch and just drop it on the soil and it will grow. Easy peasy. And you can actually forget watering it for 2 weeks or a month and it will still grow. I am not sure what plant is this. I know this is also a succulent, but I have no idea which one is that. And the cool thing about this arrangement is the flowering Echeveria. Actually, this part here are already old, and this is a beautiful flower right here. But here's the thing, for some growers, they like to cut off the flowers of succulents because everyone says that it sucks up a lot of energy, and I do believe, or I will agree with that. But in regards to my garden, I like to see plants flower, and that doesn't bother me at all. I want to see my succulents flower and see the difference between one flower versus another in all the succulents. So I'll let them grow their flowers. That's the reason for that. This is a container of Ianium. This is the same one as previously shown, like that one right there. That's of the same plant. And look at the flower. This flower needs to be cut because most of its tiny flowers are old, and it starts to attract this black tiny bug or pest right here, and I don't know what those things are. Right here is my aloe vera. I actually just transplanted it 2 days ago, and that is because it's been overgrown. I need to add more soil here since I can see the roots on top. This one right here is my cactus. I think this one is the starburst. This was featured in my fairy garden or my succulent arrangement last year, I believe, and this has grown big. So if you notice these circles here, another plant like this is gonna grow in these circles right here, these white spots. And with this one, this can fall off by itself and grow on its own. This one doesn't need a lot of water. I water this probably once every 3 weeks or once a month, and it will still survive since it's a cactus. This is my golden barrel cactus. This was featured in one of my succulent arrangement. I had to take it out of that arrangement because I needed to give it a room to grow. And if you notice at the bottom part, there are flowers. It hasn't bloomed yet. It's still in process of developing. And since it's a cactus, it doesn't require a lot of water. This is another succulent arrangement with a lot of flowers. Actually, this part here is an old flower, so I probably need to cut it off here. And look at that beautiful flower. Well, let's go right here so that you can see what's growing there. I'm not sure what's the name of that echeveria. And that's another echeveria right there. So what happened was 2 years ago, I ordered succulents from Mountain Crest Valley Gardens. And when I ordered the succulents, those are baby succulents. I neglected it for a while, and only these succulents survive. That was because I was interested in other plants and I had to let go of my succulents. But other than that, some of these survive well. Look at this huge one. I believe this one is Borrow's tail. Let's take a close-up look here in the bottom. So this one and this one are the same plant. I just put it all together in one pot. Actually, this needs to be transplanted or repotted because I think it needs more room. So most of these succulents arrangement in this area right here are kind of similar in some ways because each pot will have one plant that is the same. Okay, let's take a close-up look with this arrangement right here. Here we go. String of buttons is also there. That's an echeveria. That's a kalankui. I'm not too sure of the variety. This one don't have any variegation at all, but the growth habit is the same one as the variegated one. That right there is a jade plant, and that I'm not sure of the name. Now the very last pot right here, the huge one right there, that's a jade plant, and also kalankui, the variegated one and the one without variegation. Okay, let's come down this way. This is a rectangular container. This is usually storage container. I place in succulent arrangements here. That one is beautiful. And look at these greens here. This one grows so well. I had to rescue this last spring because this one was dying. So I had to place it in this container and keep the soil moist to make this plant survive. I'm not sure of the name as well. This one right here produced this flower. And let's take a close-up look. This is a Jade Plant. If you notice, the leaves are smaller than previously shown. This one is a snake plant from one of my propagation videos. I transplanted it here because I need to rearrange my garden. And this one right here is another rectangular container. This one have Aeneum. It's the same plant as the other one previously shown. And this one right here is also another Aeneum. This one, actually, in the beginning stage or in the initial stage of the growth of this Aeneum, everything are green. And as the leaves are more exposed to the sun, it's going to get darker, all this part here. So this one is also drought tolerant. And the reason why the variegation of this plant is not the same on each cluster of leaves is because this is planted under this palm tree right here, and this palm tree provides shade on this Aeneum. So if this part here is more exposed to this part here, so this one will have more color on the leaves. This is another pot of big jade plant, and this pot contains, I believe, 4 jade plants. If this is planted on the ground, this will grow big and tall like a tree or a bush. So I had to plant it on this container because I don't want to plant this on the ground. This pot right here features a salvia. This one is a pink salvia. Let me look for the tag. This one, the name is Skyscraper Pink Salvia. This one attracts butterflies and also hummingbirds. The only problem with this plant is this one is very sensitive if this one is compared to black and blue salvia. This part here, only small movement, all the flowers drop. I definitely need to come back here probably next day to cut off some of the stems here and take a look at it. So this one doesn't attract as much pollinators as the blue salvias. That's one thing that I noticed. This one right here is a Gerbera Daisy. Color of that one is pink, and our timing is not good in regards to taking a close-up look with this Gerbera Daisy flower. I just cut off an old flower here since we just came back from our vacation, and I'm hoping to see that beautiful flower right there soon. This pot contains Yarrow from proven winners. The name is Firefly Sunshine. This requires full sun. I'm going to show you a close-up look of this flower. That's a new flower right there. That's an old flower. The brownish one are old flowers. And this one is a new flower. It hasn't fully opened yet. And let's take a close-up look of the leaves. Those leaves are beautiful. Right below that is a petunia. I believe it has to do with Bordeaux Petunia. This one is also from proven winners from last year's planting. So I just move it here. This one right here is a Salvia. Unfortunately, I cut off the old flowers 3 days ago. And this is what's left for my Salvia. I will try to see if I have a picture prior to cutting this flower. In that way you can also see how beautiful it is. This container here contains Gloriosa Daisy Rising Sun Gold. This one is Rudbeckia. Look how rich these colors are. If you notice, guys, every year I try to plant different variety of Rudbeckia or Black-Eyed Susan. That is because this is a good pollinator plant and I want to attract a lot of pollinators in my garden. This one right here is thick seed. It finally come back to life after I cut all the old flowers. If you notice, there's more buds here than the opened flowers. For the next container, this one is a butterfly bush from Monrovia, which was featured in my channel last year, and this one is from Monrovia, I believe. If you notice, the flowers are shorter and smaller. This one produces a lot of flowers this year. I cut it off every 3 days. This one has grown big. Let me step back a little bit so that you can see how big it is. And let's take a look at the hummingbird. This pot right here contains banana cream daisy from proven winners. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. I'm just stating the fact that that's from that company, proven winners. Look how beautiful those flower is. This is not in full bloom right now because I cut off all the flowers a week ago, and this is how it look now. This is another petunia from last year's gardening. I believe this one is Bubblegum Petunia from proven winners as well. This one right here is a tropical plant and it's grown a lot of leaves, but I'm waiting for the flower to come back. I believe this one is Birds of Paradise. This has been here from the time that we moved into this home. I'm waiting for it to flower, but I don't know when it's gonna give me flowers. And right there, that's a rose from last year. I think that was this rainbow survey. That one right here is my prairie something Rudbeckia. I can't remember the name. Prairie Sun, I believe. This was also featured last year on my channel, and when I featured this last year, that was the first year of this plant, and usually with perennials they grow bigger on the second year. So if you notice, that one is taller right now, It's giving me more flowers. Let's come back this way. These are, I have 2 roses from 2 years ago. I think this one is Fragrant Cloud Rose. I'll just attach a picture of this one when this one is in bloom 2 weeks ago, or should I say 3 weeks ago. That one right there is my Gemini. It has buds, but I don't know when it's gonna bloom. This one have buds as well. This one was featured in my other videos as well, so I'm not gonna wait too much on this plant. I'll just attach some pictures if I can find new ones for this year. Okay, this one is Cheyenne Spirit Coneflower. Echinacea Cheyenne Spirit. This one is an upright perennial. See how beautiful that coneflower is. I like the rich colors. This is actually good for fall gardening since the color is bright. So give me a second. Oh boy, oh boy. The rose is right up on my pants. And I get tangled here. Give me a second. Oh boy. This is one thing about getting too close to a rose, as you get poked anytime. So I'm trying to get closer to my Rose of Sharon. This is from Proven Winners. Of course, this is not a sponsored video, but I ordered this from Proven Winners website last year. This is the first time that this has bloomed in my care. And when this came, this is a small plant. This was a small plant. I tried to see if I can find a picture of this when this was a young plant when this arrived last year. And this one, I will also try to take a look of the name tag of this. I think I have it in the garage, but I can't remember the specific name of this Rose of Sharon. This one grows upright, if you notice. This is good for border planting. And if you notice, the flowers are beautiful. Look at that gorgeous flower. So this is how it looks as a bud. This one is another bud, haven't opened yet. And this one is a result of that. So with this flower right here, at nighttime the flower closes, and in the morning the flower opens, which is cool, right? And this one is a fast grower. I'm actually impressed by the growth of this Rose of Sharon. This actually comes in with different colors. There's white Pelar Rose of Sharon as well. I'm actually thinking of getting one, probably for next year, and we shall see. But that one is beautiful, don't you think? Actually, the growth habit of this one is kind of like hollyhocks. They're upright, and each stem will provide you with a lot of flowers, which is same thing as the hollyhocks. So that right there, my friend, is my backyard garden. I only have few flowers this year since I was busy with work, and also we went for vacation.